In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the auto quote feature at FacFox.com. I find this to be very helpful and pretty slick the way they have this set up. This works for materials that will not receive any treatment after the item is printed. FacFox does allow you to have your parts painted or electroplated and other processes after they're made. This only applies to products that are going to be made with no further treatment. Before we get started, I like to go to the bottom and select if they have a coupon code, copy that so we can use that at checkout. Then we're going to use the auto quote feature. The next page will default to their manual quote system, which we're not going to do in this video. We will use the Get Auto Quote button over on the left. There's two ways to use this particular part of the system. You can upload each file individually, and we'll demonstrate that now. We're going to use the Wesco hay beds. It will upload and then an image will appear that you can manipulate and see before you do anything else. One thing to keep in mind is what measurement did you use to make the file, or if you paid someone else to make the file, what did they use? Typically, most designers or designing software defaults to millimeters. However, later on I'll show you that one of my files is actually done in inches and makes a big difference. So most of the files we're going to be using here are in millimeters. Next, the default material is SLA generic resin in 0.1 resolution. If that's satisfactory, you can simply add to cart after you've evaluated the price. If that's not the material you want to use the drop-down menu, and now you can select any of the materials available. For this particular product, I like to use SLA tough resin, and you can see that the price has changed from $5 to $6. I'm going to add the cart after I've selected the quantity. That's all there is to it. Now you can check out just like you would on any website where you're shopping. The other way to upload files is to use the bulk auto 3D printing quote. I'm going to select that, and now we can drag and drop files here, or you can add files by clicking this button. I'm going to do the Cornhusker, crane. I'm going to test print these peat mirrors. I'm skipping the stovepipe. Going to do the Fuel Pro and the Nebraska spread and the oil-filled railing. Select open, and now they will all upload here. You'll see a status bar right here at the bottom of the screen, and it tells you how quickly or how fast they're uploading, so you can kind of watch that. Once the files have uploaded, you can see an image of it, and it will tell you if there are any errors in the file. That's an algorithm that evaluates the file. Much like the screen before, you can select millimeters or inches depending on what measurement was used to draw the item, and then you have a drop-down menu to select all the available materials. I'm going to use SLA tough resin for this, and then we're just going to go down the line. I have a crane here that I'm going to use in generic resin 0.05. It's got some pretty fine details. It's also millimeters. I have mirrors here that also have a lot of fine detail. I want to use generic resin 0.05 for that. I'm going to use durable resin for these fuel trailers. These are all test prints. And a test print is when you've created a file and you just want to see how it's going to work, or if it's going to work, if there's adjustments you need to make before you go ahead and print 20 or more of them, or make a bulk order. This particular file here has been modified by the guy I paid to design it, and his software uses inches, so I have to select inches for this one, and then we're going to go to tough resin, and then after you've made all of your selections and choices, select Analyze. This will take a few minutes to do. Once the files are analyzed and that process is complete, you can go through and see what the price of each item is going to be in the material that you selected. We can see that Cornhusker here is $12.91. The crane will be $9.06 in 0.05 generic resin. Mirrors are $9.46, etc., etc. If you find the prices satisfactory, you can add to cart. The next page will take you back to the bulk uploader, so you can select the cart option or view your cart option up at the top right. One other thing I'll bring to your attention. It says your cart subtotal per material is less than $30. Meaning, if you've selected a material like the Wesco hay bed, for example, and it does not meet a minimum of $30, then you can't use it. So you'd have to go back and select a different material to get above the $30 minimum. So you noticed I used a lot of SLA resin, which here the Wesco hay beds made that above $30. So let's go see what the problem is. It is likely the crane and the mirrors, because those were done in 0.05. That means I need to order more, and there we're above the $30 minimum. One other thing we're going to do, we're going to add one more of the Nebraska spread, and we're going to add 15 of the revised oil-filled catwalk. And here we go. We are ready to roll. Once you've made all your desired selections, you can go down to the bottom, and if you recall, we got a coupon code. We're going to paste that and apply the coupon code. And we saved $9.78, which is okay. We'll go to checkout, and there we're done. That's all there is to it.